Hi YouTube. Welcome to the channel. Click of Reddit. Here are the most interesting comments from Reddit threads. Be sure to rate this video and subscribe to the channel, it is very important for me. Keanu Reeves. Ask me, if you want, almost anything. Hi Reddit. Keanu Reeves here. You probably know me from way back in the past, River's Edge, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Point Break, Speed, The Devil's Advocate, The Matrix Trilogy, A Scanner Darkly, My Own Private Idaho, and others, plus my latest film Man of Tai-Kai. I look forward to speaking about them all. And others. Ask me almost anything. Pre-proof tweet, since I don't use social media. Do you keep any props or stuff like that from your movies? Like the jacket and sunglasses from The Matrix or the surfboard from Point Break? I have kept a couple of things. I don't have the surfboard, but I think I have a coat from the first Matrix. I have the sword from Hamlet, I kept a lot of working scripts, I have the jersey from The Replacements, I've got Constantine's lighter and watch, I have Bill and Ted's shorts, I used to have the leather jacket from My Own Private Idaho, but I gave that to a friend. And I think that's it. What's a fun fact that most people probably don't know about you? For a long time in Los Angeles, when I first moved there, when I was 20 years old, it was such a new world, and so I saw some guys at a gas station, once who had hockey equipment in their car, and I asked them what they were doing, and they said they were playing street hockey, so I asked them if I could play. So I became involved in a street hockey game that took place every weekend for over 10 years, every weekend, red versus black. We would take holidays off and sometimes summers, but the game was going on for over 10 years. That was cool to be a part of. It was a cool thing to have happen. Made some friends. Hi Keanu. What was your reaction when you first saw your face on a meme? My first experience with that was sad Keanu, and I thought it was funny. Burden of fame question. If a fan sees you on the street, does a quick hi Keanu bother you? What about a stop and chat? Would you prefer people see you and then not bother you at all? It's always nice to say hi to folks. You know, it really depends on the moment. Sometimes you have the time to hang out and other times you don't. But yeah, it's always nice to say hi. What are your favorite books? Where do I begin? Here are some. As a kid, we can start with The Count of Monte Cristo. We could start with The Lord of the Rings. Then we could get into Finding as a teenager, getting into Fyodor Dostoevsky's The Idiot, Notes from Underground, The Brothers Karamazov, we could get into Jim Thompson, we could go into some William Gibson, then we could do In Search of Lost Time by Proust. And then just getting into the works of Philip K. Dick, and recently I was reading Don DeLillo, Cosmopolis, I like Updike's The Rabbit series. You've done the Matrix movies. You've done Man of Tai-Kai. With that being said, what is your favorite martial art? You know, I love all martial arts. I don't practice any particular form or style, but yeah, I don't have a favorite. But it was great during the making of Man of Tai-Kai to spend time with the leading man Tiger, who has studied Tai-Kai since he was a kid, and it was great to talk about how we could bring some of the ideas of Tai-Kai into the story of Man of Tai-Kai and some of the philosophies. You've played 8 characters named variants of John. Johnny Utah. John Constantine. Johnny Mnemonic. Jonathan Harker. Don John. John Proctor. John Wall, and now John Wick. What's with all the Johns? Coincidence or something more? You know, I was thinking that just the other day. As I was going to set for John Wick. I was actually counting them as well. I think there's something, for some reason, the name John is attractive to storytellers to hang their characters on. Hi Keanu, thanks for doing this. Out of all the movies you have been in, what has been your favorite movie to film, and why? Also, did you get to eat any of those meatball subs from Point Break, and how were they? Or did Gary Busey eat them all? That is a very difficult question to answer. I've been lucky enough to have many great experiences. I would say in the 80s, River's Edge. I think working on My Own Private Idaho, working on Little Buddha, The Devil's Advocate, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Johnny Mnemonic, The Matrix Trilogy, Constantine, A Scanner Darkly, Dracula, recently Henry's Crime, Generation Let's see, and there's more. I did a film, my first feature in Los Angeles called The Night Before. It was my first lead in law in the 80s, and it was a great experience to start the career off. I'll finish with that. Gary Busey got the sandwiches. I had to go run and chase the bad guy. Of all the characters you have portrayed in your movies, which one did you feel was the most like the real you? When I think of a role, I start with my own life experience and who I am. And I get to meet this character. And I think we come to a third place, which is me and the character, and transforming into this third entity to tell the story. So all of these characters have some DNA of mine, I share it with the character. Do people ever come up to you when you're, say, in an elevator and quote any of your more renowned lines from The Matrix, Point Break, or Bill and Ted? If so, what's your reaction generally like? Do you ever mess about with your fans and tell them you're actually an FBI agent with a straight face? I remember going to an Avengers Arena football game, and then all of a sudden, you appeared on the screen and people lost their shit and started cheering because you were there. Is it safe to say you're a fan of arena football? On the street, yes, sometimes people call out lines. Which is usually pretty fun. And yeah, my friend actually invited me to that arena football game. It was a good night. Thank you for some of the greatest action movies of all time. Like your life, your movies span many centuries. Which film left the biggest impression on you? Is there any chance you and Sandra Bullock could get together for a proper Speed sequel, or at least another action movie? First of all, thank you, I'm glad you like some of the films I've been in. Before The Matrix, Point Break was really my first big break into action movies. And then with Speed, I was given the opportunity to try. I worked with a wonderful stunt coordinator called Gary Hines, who put me under the bus and let me dangle down elevator shafts, and I think that those two films really helped prepare me for what I was getting into in terms of The Matrix. Definitely, when I was going into The Matrix and meeting the Wachowskis, I knew that we were going in to do something that was special. There was 4 months of training before filming. And the ambition of the project was really exciting to be a part of, and then to actually be on the set and realizing the vision of the directors was one of the special moments of my life. That sounds good. I would love to be able to do that. I don't think it would be on a Speed project. But you never know in the future if there's something we could do. Hi Keanu. I have heard that you lived a simple life, even though that you have earned a lot of money from your awesome movies. Why is it that you have chosen the path of life like that when you could have been in Mason and expensive cars? Second question, do you still have contact with some of the people you have made movie with? I've been very fortunate in my life. Which I am grateful for. And I guess it's just to my tastes to keep life as simple as I can. Point Break is one of my favorite movies, and I've seen it countless times. Got any interesting behind-the-scenes stories? Point Break. Let's see, interesting stories. It was an exciting film to be a part of. Catherine Bigelow, the director, really wanted to push the boundaries of what actors could do, and with the camera, trying to put the audience and inspire the audience of viewers with the environments, so the surfing, the skydiving, in a way that even the excitement of a bank robbery. And I think all of the actors and the crew felt that, the fight scenes, so there was a real energy from her that I think came through the picture. And working with the wonderful Patrick Swayze, he really spearheaded that as well, in that he was jumping out of airplanes while he was filming. The other actors were jumping out of airplanes, I was getting to go surfing, everyone was getting into it. No one robbed any banks. The party scene had some partying going on. And I remember actually I was in law, and Catherine was casting for the female lead, and I remember, I saw this woman come in driving this old beat-up Cadillac, and I was to meet actresses that day, and I saw this woman and I said, that's the actress, and it turned out to be Lori Petty, and I was right. And she's amazing. Hi Keanu, thanks for doing this AMA. Feel free to ignore this question as it's personal, but would you mind sharing your fondest memory of River Phoenix? My Own Private Idaho still remains one of my favorite films. The chemistry between you two was incredible. Also, I know you played hockey earlier in life, but could no longer play due to an injury. Do you still follow hockey at any level? If so, who's your team? He was a remarkable human person and actor. We got along very well, and I miss him. I think of him often. Yes. Hockey. Injury, my knees are a little beat up, and for a goalie that's tough. Favorite team, I don't really have one. Hi Keanu, big fan. Just one question, what's your favorite TV show? Thanks. I don't have a favorite TV show, but I do know that I love watching the Olympics. Whenever the Olympics are on, I just love watching them, the moments that you get these incredible athletes dedicating so much of their lives to the moments that happen in the Olympics, and it is great to be able to witness that. Thanks for watching this video to the end. And what question would you ask Keanu? Write about this in the comments. Also, be sure to rate this video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.